Good afternoon, everybody. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based out of beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona, along the Colorado River. And I am excited to be here today with you and show you our little hexagon Santa. This is a card that I've been doing in classes for, I bet you 12, 15 years maybe, and it started out, in fact, I don't even have the original one that we started out, but the last one that we did had snowflakes for the beard. So it's something that we kind of evolve as the years have gone by. This one, his beard is a doily, and we've changed his pom-pom, and so anyway, it's just a fun little project that I have here for you. And you don't have to worry about any of the dimensions or anything like that. If you go to the website at stampsnstuff.org, I have a free printable tutorial. It has picture of the project, it has all the instructions, and then it has a supply list. So most of these things that we use for this little Santa, you have probably most of the punches you have in your craft room now. And the hexagon, it can be downloaded, template can be downloaded off the internet, something like that. Now, if you put in a Stampin' Up! Order with me as your demonstrator using this host code before midnight on Monday, I will package up a kit for you that has everything that you need to do this little hexagon Santa. It has, let me see, you'll have everything in here to do him. I will not have stamped images, though, per Stampin' Up! Policy. They are copyrighted, but the stamp set that I used on the inside for him came from Little Treats. Now, you can order that set, or you can order something else. It doesn't matter. Just so the order is $35 before shipping and handling. Doesn't matter what you order. I will ship you out one of these kits. What I will need you to do, though, is go on the website, hit the contact me button, and put it through so that I will be watching for these particular orders so that I can shoot them out. I know we're getting kind of late for Christmas now, but I want to shoot it out as soon as can be, and I am really close to the post office, so I can shoot them out as they come in. Anyway, it is just a really fun project, and it makes everybody smile when they get it. So that basically is what it is. Now, as far as if you're not doing an order and you want to get the free tutorial on it, this is what I used as his beard this year. You can also use these dies here. See, this is the Celebrate Sunflowers. And so we have a die that cuts that out, which is right here. You could cut that out, emboss it, and that would be a good beard. With the Peaceful Moments stamp set with the dies that go with it, you could take this die here and you could cut out a bunch of these and fashion his beard. It'd be real similar to what we did this time, because I took the doily and I cut it in pieces, and I'll show you how to put it together. So there's lots of things when you have something like this. It's almost kind of a fun thing to update it every year and to be looking out when you get a stamp set and it has dies with it. Always keep an eye out for what those dies or that those stamps can be used for other than what you would think in the project. So anyway, let me get my little bits and pieces here and we will get going. Okay, now first, what we're going to start off with is 2 hexagon pieces, and they are, let me see, cherry cobbler. Hang on, let me grab this. I got the wrong ink pad here. That just dawned on me the second I picked up that paper, that I had the wrong ink pad here. So these hexagons are, it's 5.5 inches if you're getting a template. But if you do put in the order using this free host code, I will send you the packet and it'll have everything. And when you get this, what you could do is take a pencil, trace these on a piece of cardstock, and then cut it out, and then you'll forever have a template to do it again. So, okay, what we're going to do here is we are going to take, this is scored on the top right here. I have it already scored at 1/4 inch. So you'll just take your scoreboard and you will put it along here and just score it at the 1/4 inch. And what that will do is when you attach these 2 pieces together, it'll make it so that you can open it easily because it already has a score there. So, and it doesn't really matter. You can put it on the top. I put it on the bottom because there is quite a bit that goes across the top portion. So you should take your pick tool, and what I'm going to do here, this goes over that just slightly, and whenever you have tape that goes over, just fold it back on itself. Okay, there we go. And then what I do is I take this and crease it. So when you open that, it's going to open nicely. Okay, so what I'm going to do here first is I am going to take his face and I'm going to give him some cheeks. And you can use any light pink. You can use a petal pink. So you just want just enough. In fact, it's probably not showing up much in this on the camera, but it is in real life here. Whoop. Watch your hands. This is going to be covered up, so that won't matter. Okay, so he has his cheeks. And you can do it with chalk. We have one color that we have kind of dedicated as a cheek chalk. So, okay. Now then, what I'm going to do is I know a lot of people will take their focal image. Now with this, sometimes you get a little piece on the top of this. It's almost like snot. So I just kind of pull that off. And just really, when you're using this glue, less is more. It's very strong, and what you don't want is you don't want it oozing out. Okay. So now this is the velvet paper. And I'm going to mount this on. It is really cool, and it is really pretty to do. You know, the poinsettia petals set, they looked really beautiful in the with this paper. Now, this is just a scrap piece, and the dimensions are all in the instructions, but I have it embossed with the Parisian Flourish embossing folder. When it comes to things like this on these projects, you can use whatever your favorite embossing folder is. You can use dots, circles, snow, snowflakes, anything. Okay. Then I'm going to place this right here. Okay, and then I am going to place this triangle shaped. This really is an easy project. Okay, now for his pom-pom, we are going to fashion our own pom-pom. And what I did was, let me show you. This one is actually what this is. You can do it with a real pom-pom. You can do it with any small flowers that you have 3 concentric sizes. So it can be flowers, it could be leaves, it could be anything, but just that you have kind of a shape to fashion that with. So take this here. Hang on just a second. Okay, and what I do is I take a stylus. I have one that I have, the tips can go in and out according to the size with them. So, and what I do is I just kind of push this down so that the petals kind of pop up, and that gives you the look that you've got for the petals. And I had my glue dots. Oh, there they are. How can we lose things right in front of us? But you know what? When you're crafting, that happens. And I'm just going to take a glue dot. Put this right in there. Let me take this again. I'm going to take a smaller stylus. There you go. And there, and then when that sets, I will fluff up the flower so that it looks more like a poof ball. Okay, so this is the doily that I have cut apart, and it's got lots of little feelers out there, and it kind of grabs on to the next one, so I don't want to tear them. I want to get all the little pieces out so that it's shows. I should have done this beforehand. I do have another, the other kits are pretty well set up. We did this for class yesterday, so The others were pretty much had all their dies cleaned out. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with his eyes. So what I'm going to do is I will take the white part of the eyes and I will put just a little bit of glue. And like I say, with this glue, less is more. You don't want it oozing and sliding and taking a long time to set up. So okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit there for the pupil. And usually when you're making something that's kind of cartoony like this, what you want to do is you want to make the eyes a little larger. I think a lot of times people will make the eyes too small and then they wonder why it doesn't look as good. So when you're going cartoony, the eyes are so important. Now this is going to be his nose, and I have some gray granite here that I am going to edge with. And then this is going to be his eyelids. So we'll do a little bit of surgery on his eyelids. You want to cut one of these circles in half. And like I say, if you put in a $35 order using the host code, I will ship you out one of these, and it'll come just like this. Okay, so that's the eyes, and then I am going to take one of these in half, and that is going to be his eyebrows. Gots to have eyebrows. You know what? Oh, there he is. Okay, now this one, I'm going to cut it in half also, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fashion this just a little bit like this, more for his mustache. Whoops, I want to make sure that I stay up there. I have a bad habit of getting down below. Okay, so this. So this will be his mustache. This I want to take in just a little bit farther. And if you want to, I mean, for a long time we just did these in half. So, but you know, as we evolve it, we have to get more technical. But it's fun. But we've been doing this guy for many years. Get that that ink so that it's not. Okay. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue just kind of, whoop. Put his little mustache together there. And I want to take my miniature dimensionals, and I want to take one and put it on the back, pull the little cover off and put this. You want his nose to kind of go together. Okay, now this gold square is on the inside here. We have Santa's belt. So this is, we're going to fashion his buckle. So what we want to do is we want to put just a tad of ink there and put that on. So that's going to look like a belt buckle. And pull this little thing off, and there we go. So we've got pretty much everything raring to go here. So what I do is generally, let me get some dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to put the larger ones here. I really tend to set the eyes first. So we're going to have kind of his eyebrow like that. So what I want to do is kind of like this, and I have, probably 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. You don't want to get his eyes too close together, but when this goes in there, it starts to look better. Okay, let me put one of these here. And I put his nose clear up. Can you see this? Clear up kind of over his, just over the pupil, just barely touching over them. Okay. Now then, we're going to put the eyebrows on. So we're going to put kind of an eyebrow about like this. And we will put an eyebrow on the other side. And then with this and my mini dimensionals, this is his eyelid. See, he's starting to get a little bit of expression now. Then we will put that there. And then I'm going to take, you can either use a jelly roll pen or the Stampin' Chalk marker, either one. And what I'm going to do is just put just a tiny little comma in his eyes, and that's kind of for a reflection. Okay, now we're going to move to his beard. I'll use my silicone mat, and why I like this is it helps me to keep my work surface all glue-free. I used to put it on a piece of paper and I'd have it on the side, and I'd always end up with my project in it, where this I don't, because I'm aware of it and it sits there. This, any type of glue will not stick to this. It will dry on it, but see, this, I left this on from before when I put it on, and all you do is, see, it just comes right off. So it really is cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, and I'm going to get my little sponge, and I have a sponge that's dedicated for this, and it gets kind of nasty on the end, but it does not matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on this side here, and I'm going to just do that, and it's very easy to get it glued rather than trying to put glue on there and it oozes through the little open areas. It gets all over you and your hands get all sticky and everything. So this is really a good way to glue down detailed things. Okay, now this I am going to take, let me get this little piece out of there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mini dimensionals, and right here in the center, see where you've got a little round spot there for the center of the flower? I am going to put the dimensionals right in there, and that will glue them in. But what we want is we want them to set up so that that beard begins to take some shape. So we don't want anybody with a flat beard. Santa's got a poofy beard. That's what makes him fun. Okay, so then now I'm going to lift up his mustache there, and I'm going to put this up on top there. Then I'm going to take another piece here, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Take the jackets off here. Love my take your pick tool. It is probably my #1 tool that I can't do without. Okay, then I'm going to stick this underneath, and I'm going to move it just down slightly. So there he goes with his beard. Whoop, I guess he's upside down. Anyway, there we go. There is his face. Beginning to look a little like Christmas, huh? Okay, now then, for the inside, we're going to take our, kind of got that on there crooked, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back here. And then I will turn this over, and from the back I will trim it. Then I will, well, let me get the stamped on it. And, oh, this is not photopolymer, so I don't have to have the, usually with photopolymer you want to have a surface that is kind of a foam surface here, so you get a better image because they do not have the cushion that these red rubber stamps do. Okay, so I will stamp straight down, straight up, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Get my ink out of the way so I don't get my fingers in it. There's something about red ink that just absolutely is attracted to your hands. And then they end up on your project. Okay, so now we will open this up. And we will put it there. And what I like about this is being able to slide it around, because that was crooked. But I've got a little red mark there, so I'm going to take my little sander. And what this is, in the hardware store, they're called a 3M sander. And they are about 3 by 3 inches. They come in a pack of either 3 or 4, and they're extra fine grit, heavy grit, or whatever. Anyway, and then I bought them several years ago, and I cut them up in little bitty pieces, and I gave them out to everybody in class. And so we have those, and they really are. They're my first go-to. My second go-to is a mono sand eraser. But it tends to dig at the cardstock more, where the sander sands it off really fine and you can't tell it's been sanded. So there you go. There he is. Isn't he cute? So if you would like this free kit, go to the website, stampsnstuff.org. Download the tutorial and everything that will give you all the instructions. And if you place an order using this host code by Monday, that's this Monday, December 14th at midnight, I will send you the complete kit minus the stamped image. You'll have to use your own. So, I will send that complete kit out to you. Just when you're on the website, just hit the contact me. Tell me you put in a order using the host code, and I will get it right out in the mail, and it'll be to you before what you ordered did. And the verse that I have again on this is Little Treats, if you wanted to have that. And this is really cute. It's got all kinds of little images. It's great for putting them on little treat boxes or tags, gift tags, anything like that. It's got birthday wishes. It's Christmas. There's wedding rings. Happy Halloween, especially for you. A little treat for someone sweet. Just all kinds. So it's a good year-round set. So if you wanted to get, that is the set that I use for the inside verse, and it's Little Treats. And there is a big sale going on now. There's a lot of the stamp sets and everything that are deep discounts as they get ready for the new catalogs coming out. So anyway, if you want to do that, I will be watching for the orders, and I will ship out the kits, and you can have fun doing this project. I think that's about everything. Also, if you would like, share, comment, or subscribe, each one of those actions gets you in for a drawing, and we draw for, it will be a paper pumpkin kit again. Since that seemed to go over pretty well last time, we have a lot of drawings. But anyway, you will get a free paper pumpkin kit when we have the drawing for it. And every like, share, comment, and subscribe gets you put in. So if you do all 4, you get 4 entries in for it. So anyway, I think that's about it. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend and a happy holiday coming up. Thank you for stopping by.